Hello there, my name is Retro. The first time you see my channel, I used to review cartoon series, anime series, so sup it, computer random, and today we're going to talk about Vampire in the Garden. A new anime series come out back in 2021. It barely came out this year for us for some reason, but other than that, this series kind of blew me away because I wasn't sure what I expecting. I only was expecting some sort of vampire lore. Vampire, should I become human? Should not become a vampire? You know how the vampire thing goes. But this one actually goes something unexpectedly. It's all about a war between vampires and humans. But you think it would be dread, all about the war, how this sort of bad. And you actually focus on two main leads. One Momo and one Edith. Both of them are basically dry. They have unhappy hours. They don't feel emotion anymore because they just feel depressed because of the situation they really are. One Momo, who is the daughter of a general who basically abuses her daughter, tired of being war, tired of killing vampires. Even they feel they're not doing anything, they had to kill vampires, and she sort of notices that's sort of kind of wrong because the vampire's not doing anything, even that they're not allowed to be expressive, do music, art, because that's sort of the symbol of the vampires, their music, their art, and you just become a soldier and become whatever the government needs you to be. And that's the problem with Momo. Momo wants to be free because she doesn't know how to. To one point she snaps and runs away. And the other character will be Edith, the queen of the vampires. Her duties is basically similar to Edith but a little different, that she have to create more vampires, to believe other vampires, to basically mold them become perfect killing machines. But at the same time she doesn't want to do that. She's just tired of this. She wanted to do something completely different, especially you have emotional baggage that her friend died in the war a long time ago and she's still processing that. Even that she gave up human blood, she just want to stop everything, just want to pretend it never happened, doing parties, walking away with some people. And that's sort of interesting because at the very end both characters sort of meet a weird situation that they are on the battlefield and you just hear Momo crying that she just wants to run away, and either just heard her and understood her in that moment that yes, exactly what I want, let me help you, you can help me. In the very beginning Momo doesn't want to, but sort of the situation of both women are like, yeah, I can see that sort of tempted to just run away because this is war. No one will win because both races of human and vampires are basically dying off. They're becoming extinct. And yeah, what's the point of fighting if you're not gonna live through it? Why not? Let's run away. They become sort of friends, but at the same time the society of both races don't want them. And this is a point that makes this sort of interesting because you could make them sort of like a gay relationship, but at the same time not really, because you don't have gay vibes, but you can read it that way. But of course I don't recommend it because something sad happens. I try not to ruin it, but just being warned, if you have that sort of shipping goggles on, I recommend you to turn it off because you will be sort of sad. But other than that, this whole anime makes a point that what's the point of war if you're not gonna enjoy life? And especially these two women who just want to be happy, free, stop for war, just have a good time, and they basically run away because they don't want to deal with anything. But that's the problem, both societies don't want them to be happy. They want them to stop being friends, stop being together. And I enjoy it because the very end they have more happy lives than any of them who are on the war. They're having a great time. And I love it, they try to sort of survive in vampire society or sometimes a little bit of human society. Just understand this is a limited series. You only have 5 episodes. And I think that's sort of surprised me because how much they got done in 5 episodes, it just blew me away. especially how you could tell the both societies are sort of very similar, humans and vampires, and very different, but at the same time pointing out the effects. Like, the only time both societies are equal footing if they need something from them. Like, they went to a town that the human trade with money and the vampire trade with blood. You give me blood, I give you money. And they're sort of happy, but not really. There's still that prejudice till they find the holy land of human and vampires always having a good time, but they find out there's a twist that was a lie, that's sort of a myth. But I love it, they point out it's not the holy land you should look for. It's just look for the person you just want to hang out. Just doesn't matter if you're human, vampire, or different race. Just hang out with the person, because those moments is the best. Not the misery, not the war. It's each other, your companion, your best friend, your partner, your brother and sister who really care about each other but doesn't care about the war. If you do care about the war, you'll be miserable. In that message, it's just so strong, especially the metaphors, especially how the world is built. It's just sort of kind of the same you see in other vampire universes, but this one felt really well made. Especially have a lot of interesting things. You have like vampires turning ultimate badass vampires, but there's sort of suicide if they use this sort of special vampire blood, but it's sort of only a case in emergencies. You have human beings using robot mechs to stop other vampires. You have a lot of fun ideas, but I love it. They always point it back to the normal of Momo and Edith, their happiness, their trauma. You love it. Both ladies are not flowers. They're badasses. They know what they're doing, but the only time they sort of stop is that they have sort of trauma that moment, like they trying to react the situation. But I love that this series ended with a way that is very hopeful. I mean, that's the thing I just got me, the hopefulness. Even ended sort of sad. I mean, something happened to one of the women and you just felt it, but at the same time they point out it's not the death you should be unhappy, it's the moment we have with each other. And that it really hits home. That's sort of charm. Of course, I have to warn you that the beginning of the first episode is very nihilistic, sad. You feel depressed watching the first episode, but the very end, you feel like $100 because it really is that sort of positivity push you need if you're sort of have depression. I recommend watch this because at the very end, give you that sort of hope, the sort of greatness. Yeah, I want to rate this. Usually I don't. I want to give it 10 out of 10, but there is some sort of hiccups here and there. Like the very end, you have 1-2 other characters that I felt they should have did something a little different. But at the very end, it doesn't really matter because the anime ended a really well way that I really can't complain. Now I have this one question: how you felt about this show? Do you like it? Do you hate it? You have seen it or heard it? Because honestly, I've not seen a lot of anime fans talking about this anime. This came out back in 2001. We barely got it in 2002 here in the West. So I want to hear your opinions. How do you love this anime? Or you don't? Tell me down below. Let me know. I really got nothing else to say. Just thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And have a wonderful day. Bye.